Dr. Morgan here, and I want to talk with you about a very important question, and that is, do you trust yourself? So many people will talk about motivation and, having clarity on what gets you motivated, what gets you pumped up, right? But even beyond motivation, we need to know that we can count on ourselves, right? If we think about what are the things that make people successful, self-confidence and self-image is top of the list. So, what sets people apart who think highly of themselves, who perform well, who are high achieving, right? One of the things is they've developed trust within themselves. And trust within yourself is a prerequisite for trust with others, for trust within your abilities, for trust within the world as a whole, right? So developing this trust within yourself, that self-confidence, it is so much more powerful than any motivation that you could have, right? When we trust ourselves, we know that, hey, I can count on me. I have self-reliance. Then that can translate to trust in others, building relationships, trust in the world, and increased success. But the foundation is, do you trust yourself, right? If you say that you are going to do something, do you do it? Do you say, okay, this week I'm getting up every day at 7 a.m. and I'm setting the alarm and it's happening? Do you do it? Do you follow through? Building trust within yourself is about keeping the commitments that you have made to yourself. And it doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to start with, well, my commitment to myself is I will lose 50 pounds. No, it doesn't have to be big to start, but you have to start in order to build that trust. So I would ask you to take an honest inventory. Do I keep my commitments to myself? One thing I want to point out, maybe if you don't trust yourself, maybe you've tried to do things and you're not consistent, you're not successful, you don't keep the promises to yourself, and it's so frustrating and it leads to, low self-efficacy, sometimes low self-worth, difficulty in relationships, etc. If you find yourself in that place, it might be either the commitments that you're making to yourself are too much too quick, right? They're too far out in the future. They require too much, and you don't have a foundation enough to build upon to honor those commitments yet. So it's too much too quick. Or the commitments you're making to yourself, you don't actually care about. They don't actually align with your values. So when you're building that trust to yourself, take a look at what are the commitments? Are they things that I actually care about, that matter, that align with my values? Are they commitments that I want to keep to myself? And if they are, if these are commitments that, yes, I want to honor them, maybe it's more time with your family, maybe it's making sure that you do take those vacation days because you know that you're totally burnt out and you really need the vacation and you're going to take it and you're going to enjoy it. You know, whatever the commitment is, you need to be able to say, well, if I don't honor this thing, what's going to happen? If I don't honor this commitment to myself, what does my future look like? because maybe you haven't thought about the consequences enough. That's a third possibility, right? So, three things. Either it's too big of a commitment, that could be blocking it. Number two, you actually don't care about it. It's just something that you were told that you should care about, and it doesn't align with your core values, right? Or number three, you haven't clearly thought through the consequences of not honoring that commitment to yourself. All right, so I want to keep this short, sweet, and powerful. So I ask you today, maybe you journal about this. I think a good takeaway, write down on a sheet of paper, do I trust myself? And get honest. Where are you falling short in your commitments? What are the things that would help you improve that trust so you can go out and improve your self-efficacy, improve your relationships, and increase your success? All right. I'll talk with you soon.